You can take an ordinary man and turn him into a fucking warrior, right? A fucking samurai. You can do that with a man because you can burnish and you can flame torch certain biological components in the male structure and hardware in order to make them interface with reality better. And one of the finest and grandest ways that men interface with reality perfectly is to have the nerve endings fringed, fringed, lightly fucking seared and toasted at the ends. You know what I'm saying? And look, let me give you a good analogy to bring this in perspective. The only reason why men, you can talk about aesthetics all day, whatever. The only reason why men truly enjoy the gym and physical exertion, the Goggins, the guys who masochistically bludgeon their body into the ground, is because of the exhaustion of the nerves. It has a phenomenal way of dealing with anxiety. Dealing with anxiety. You guys all know what I'm talking about. If you have athletic prowess or you're a heavy lifter, you know the feeling you get in your body when you go like 4 or 5 days out of the gym. You almost have this sensation that like blood is pooling. There's just, you get stagnant. You feel like you're a fucking stagnant lake. It's a very disgusting feeling. You feel like you got to go out and exert again. And the reason why people are very addicted to weightlifting and these processes is because it absolutely has a sedative effect on the nerves. On the nerves. It allows you to kind of settle into your being. And the after effects are magnificent. I mean, the after effects can last 24 hours. We all know what it's like to have a beaten up central nervous system as a man, to be absolutely fried and torched and exhausted. And in those states, you are a lot more carefree and a lot less introspective. And you're able to just completely be in the moment without that nervous, befuddled, flustered anxiety that the common man battles with every fucking day. The samurai is just a motherfucker, believe it or not. There was no mental pathway to becoming a samurai. You ain't gonna think yourself into that kind of zen. You ain't gonna think yourself into the warrior attitude where you're willing to die in a fucking battle of glory like those motherfuckers were. That came from absolutely cleansing cleansing their dopamine receptors and nervous system in fire. In fucking fire. There is a reason why there are so many metaphors surrounding fire being a cleansing. People talk about how fire is a bath, right? Even metal gets purified when you dip it in fire. You know what I'm saying? That burning sensation at the gym, that burning sensation when you're pushing yourself. That's all metaphorical. And if you've been paying attention, you will know that metaphors are a better representation of reality than reality itself because it's paradoxical. Once those nerve endings from putting yourself from putting stake in the actual game, once those nerve endings get those tips slightly burned, that's where the real metaphors kick in. You know, they talk about in flight school how people fly ice cold. They talk about how the greatest athletes have ice in their veins. Where the fuck do you think these metaphors come from? Ice in your veins comes from having calm nerves. There ain't no fucking Shilajit. There ain't no fucking methylene blue. There ain't no supplement on the planet that's gonna bake in to the cellular level of the nervous system to make you become a man. There's no steroid cocktail that's gonna make you become a man. I've told you this before and I stand by it. There is nothing that can replace being a man but being a man. Very profound if you actually sit there and fucking ruminate on that for a second. Very profound.